In Gig Harbor, I think everybody thinks everybody's doing fine, and if they're not doing fine, they're not willing to say that.
Well, when you talk about the demographics of the Key Peninsula and the Gig Harbor areas, the trend is not that we're getting fewer and fewer students who are living in poverty, but we're having actually more.
The kids get caught up in this and they don't get the help that they need because the parents may be afraid to, tip their hand and say that I need some help, or my kids need some help, or we have two people working and we don't have the time to help the kids.
And the partnerships between the school and communities and schools is so important.
For incredibly small resources that communities and schools has an opportunity to work with every day, what they're able to do with kids is just terrific.
Communities and Schools is involved with many different student services in our district. We're primarily known locally for our after-school reading and math programs. We train volunteer mentors from our community to work one-on-one with students who are struggling in reading and math. And we have program coordinators that are employed by Communities and Schools of Peninsula at each of the schools where we have an after-school reading and math program, and we call it Reading and Math Mentoring. We also do what we call student comprehensive services, and those kinds of services we actually employ a site coordinator that is paid by Communities and Schools but is located at the schools with the most need. And they fill the gaps in service that the school itself can't necessarily provide via the staffing and the means that they already have.
Kids need more food. Just having the breakfast and lunch provided isn't enough, they're hungry. In my classroom we have a 53% free and reduced group of kids, which is 1 out of every 2 kids. And I've noticed the kids are really hungry. And they come and they have breakfast provided and lunch provided, but the Communities and Schools would help with snack for these kids, and they don't miss it. They need it every day, including the late arrival day. And it's helped with, especially with providing supplies for the kids at the beginning of the year. We had a lot of kids over the years that haven't had their own supplies. They get crayons and pencils and notebooks and all their special stuff, but every single child in the classroom has it now, and it feels fair.
They helped us have snacks, and they gave us supplies for stuff we needed. They gave us books that we needed, and if we really wanted the books, and our parents couldn't get them for us, but they got them for us.
The demographics in our area are really not what you would see in a typical high school. We have a wide range of athletic programs and activities at Peninsula High School, and there is a financial commitment that is required of every participant. In our high school, it's just not a reality that all the kids that want to participate would be able to without that assistance from the Community and Schools program.
While we have an academic focus, and that's how we measure our success, we also are trying to remove the barriers that exist in these kids' lives. It's not our first mission, but we make sure if there's a child that doesn't have shoes or can't participate in PE or doesn't have a backpack, we'll make sure that that child goes to school like every other child so that they can succeed. If that child is going to have a successful day at school, they need to have the essentials to start their day. And at Communities and Schools, that's really important to us, and we'll make sure that happens.
When people first think of Communities and Schools, they think of the tutor mentor program. That's the centerpiece, but what they've really got is a view of what does that child need to be effective in the classroom. And so much of that is what they bring with them baggage-wise from outside the classroom. Communities and Schools, because of the partnerships that they create with the community around the school, make sure that those kids have every advantage walking through the door so that they don't have to worry about that baggage that's left at the door. They can learn once they come into the classroom.
I've read with Tanner's mom.
Then the books were great books, and the snack was great snacks.
I've read with Ella's mom. They gave us the erasers, glue sticks, pencils. I've read with Mrs. Self-Fours.
It's been great to have lots of books to read.
We usually do math. We do math all the time. Yeah, it's fun doing that. And I've read a few people I forget. I've read with lots of mentors.
Now you can help communities and schools. Please donate or be a mentor today. Thank you.